Of course, I will be starting with the definition. Now let's look at our definition for co-interior angles. So co-interior angles lie on the same side of the transversal. This is our transversal. Well, if I can highlight straight, that would be fabulous. This is a transversal. Okay, so that is the line that goes through both our parallel lines. These in the middle, so G1 and H1 would be co-interior angles. And our definition tells us that these angles will be supplementary. Can we remind each other, what does supplementary mean? If I say angles are supplementary, thank you very much, Tandulutu and Abu, they add up to 180. Now, do not confuse these with corresponding angles, which are equal. Because remember, we said corresponding angles are equal, alternate angles are equal, but supplementary are not necessarily equal. They just add up to 180 degrees. And then they give you a little hint here and they say, always look for the U shape. Check there. It's a U. It's on its side, but it's a U. This one is upside down or something. Okay, this one is the right side up, but a little bit tilted. But the point is, always look for the U shape, okay? And that will be where you will find your angles. They put the U into fun angles. Yes, so remember, fun angles. F, the U, and the N. So the F were what? Corresponding angles. It was those ones, and they're equal. The U are these ones, which is co-interior, and this is alternate angles, which are also equal. Okay, let's see if we understand what I'm saying here. Start with this one. Let's start with this one. Sinesihle is going to do this one with me, I'm guessing. Yes, Sinesihle. Let me unmute you. There we go. Yes, Sinesihle.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
So ma'am will say 3x minus 10 plus 2x plus 5 equals to 180 degrees.
Okay, wait, let me write. 3x minus 10 degrees plus 2x plus 5 equals
180 degrees.
Okay, my reason?
That will be co-interior angles are supplementary.
Or just co-interior angles. Is that my whole reason? What else should we put there?
Ma'am, the parallel lines, ma'am.
There we go. Oh, geez, I should probably name them. Okay, let's put an A there, a B there, a C there, and a D there. Okay, parallel lines.
So ma'am, what we'll do, ma'am, is we'll say 3x plus 2x equals 5 plus 10. 10 minus 5.
Okay, wait. So we're adding like terms, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what's 3x plus 2x?
5x, ma'am.
There we go. So 5x. Then what's negative 10 plus 5?
Negative 10 plus 5, ma'am. That would be negative 5.
There we go. Equals 180. Then
Yes,
what?
and then ma'am will say 5x equals 180 minus 5 degrees.
Minus, check again.
Plus 5.
Do you know why? You don't sound sure. You're like, plus 5. I don't know.
I'm not sure, ma'am.
Remember, we're transposing. It's going to the other side, right?
Yes, ma'am.
When it goes over the equal signs, what happened?
The sign changes, ma'am. It becomes
There we
a plus.
go. So if it was a negative, it becomes a positive.
Positive.
There we go.
And then, ma'am, it's 5x equals to 185. And then my x is 37, ma'am.
Okay, we divide by 5 on both sides. Therefore, x equals 37 degrees, and our parallel lines were supposed to be AB is parallel to CD. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, it's quite literally that, guys. Those angles add up to 180. Okay, I see a few people wrote the answer in the chat. I hope everyone else who is quiet was doing it with us as well. Let me check in. Thumbs up, thumbs down. How are we feeling about this? Ma'am, isn't it 36? Let's check. Let's see, it's 185 divided by 5. Nope, it's 37. Okay. I saw thumbs down somewhere there. Let me go up, Chief. Come, let's ask a question. Fatima's hand is up. Let me ask Fatima. Yes, Fatima. Fatima?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm great. And you?
I'm fine, ma'am. Ma'am, I got lost where you color coded 10 and 5. And where did you find the reason, ma'am? I mean, how did you find the reason? Yeah.
The reason is up here. It's what we just did, right? Remember, Fatima, we said co-interior angles. So the angles that are in between there will add up to 180, right? Fatima? Is it me that's disconnected? No. Okay. So
Yes.
there we go. So that's what I wrote at the first step. I color coded these because they are like terms, Fatima. A 3x and a 2x are like terms. That's why I highlighted them in blue, okay? And then a negative 10 and positive 5 are like terms. So I highlighted yellow. So when you add it, 3x plus 2x, that's where you get the 5x, okay? Which is this guy. And when you add negative 10 plus 5, you're going to get a negative 5. But then we want x to be on its own. So I took the negative 5 and I took it over the equal sign to the other side. And if you do that, then your sign is going to change. That's why it became positive 5. It was a negative 5. It became a positive 5. And then you just add them. So it will be 5x equals 185. Now to get rid of this coefficient of 5 here, you have to divide by 5. But what you do on the left, you do on the right. And that's how we got 37. Okay, I hope Fatima could hear something that I said. Okay. Hopefully. Where did all those hands go? I'm pretty sure there were like 5 hands. And now they're gone. Carl.
Hi, ma'am.
Oh, Carlo. Ooh,
Yeah,
that was
Carlo,
terrible
Carlo.
reading.
I was just wondering, could like it's like the 5 over to the 185, like to divide it by, like to divide 185 by 5, and not divide it by 5, the 5 with the 5, the 5x with the 5. Can we just take the 5 over and then
Oh, I see
divide
what you
it?
mean. Yes. Yes, we can.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, ma'am.
So then you'll say x equals 185 divided by 5. Is that what you mean? Yes, that's correct. If that's what you meant, you are correct. Okay. Is it Udaya?
Hi,
Hello. How do I pronounce your name?
it's Udaya.
Udaya. I wasn't that far off. Beautiful.
Okay, it's okay. Okay, so I just wanted to ask is with the 5, you okay, so since you bring the 1 5 over, that becomes a positive 5, and then you add it to 180, then you how do you divide it by 5? Like, where is the dividing 5?
We're doing inverse operation, okay? So check it. If I have 2x equals 4. Now I want to get rid of this 2 that's in front. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Now 2x means 2 times x. You agree?
Yeah.
Now, what's the inverse operation of multiplication? What's the opposite of multiplying?
Dividing.
Dividing. So the only way we're going to get rid of this 2 is to divide this whole thing by 2, because look what happens when you do that. 2 will divide into itself and it's gone. Do you see that?
Oh, yes,
Mm.
yes.
But if you're going to change the left-hand side of the equation, you have to go and change the right-hand side
The
of the
right
equation.
hand side.
That's why
Yeah.
you also have to divide by 2 on the other side. Do you see?
Yes, yes, I do. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. So the 5, excuse me, the 5 that we added and the 5 that we divided by are 2 different 5s. I know it's confusing because they're both 5s, but the 5 that we
Yeah.
used to add and the 5 that we used to divide are different ones. Okay,
Okay, okay.
there we go. Fatima wants to take a screenshot of a definition. Let me do this quickly. Any other questions, guys? Yes, it's very important that you give a reason, okay? Always give a reason. Would my reason be wrong if it was angles on a straight line? Oh, someone is answering that. Wonderful. Okay, I'm hoping we are feeling a bit better about that, because we're going to move on and do another more interesting one, which is this guy over here. We are going to do this guy. Nobody freak out. We got this. Sinisi was like, hurry up, me, I wanna do. Her hand went poof when this question came up. Okay, Sinisi.
So ma'am, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to solve this whole thing, we would see why, ma'am, it's vertically opposite with the 81 degrees, ma'am.
Yeah, bo. So I'm gonna say y equals
Y equals 81 degrees.
there we go. My
Vertically
reason.
angles.
There we go. Vert up angles. Okay. Good.
And then ma'am, we go on to solve, we'll say 180, ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
minus 112, ma'am, equals x, ma'am.
There we go. Reason.
That would be co-interior angles, ma'am.
Co-interior angles. And
EF is parallel to GH.
EF is parallel to GH. Therefore,
And then,
X
ma'am,
is
X is equal to 68 degrees, ma'am.
68 degrees. Beautiful.
And then, ma'am, what you would say 81, ma'am,
81
plus Z equals 180.
equals 180. My reason.
Co-interior angles, ma'am.
Co-interior angles.
EF parallel to GH. Z, ma'am, is 99 degrees, ma'am.
Beautiful. I feel like Cecilia has seen these before. You are so fast, ma'am. So fast. Oh my goodness. Pellets is like, please explain how we subtracted 81 from 180. Here with the Z. So it was 81 plus Z is 180. This 81 has to go over to that side, okay? Now, if it goes over, it's going to change signs. If it was positive, it's going to now become negative. So it's going to be 180 degrees minus 81 degrees. That's how we ended up with Z is 99 degrees. We are on fire. Guys, when last did you hear me singing? Be grateful that you haven't heard me singing in a very long time. Okay. Can I explain the first one, says Gabriella? Why I'm guessing? Y equals 81 degrees. Okay, I'm guessing Gabriella wasn't here when we did some straight line geometry. So look here, Gabriella. If you have two straight lines, so this guy and that guy, and they intersect, then the angles that are opposite each other will be equal. Okay, so y is equal to the angle which is opposite the y, which is 81. And your reason is they are vertically opposite angles. Okay, I see another question. Ma'am, how did you get 81 plus z? They are co-interior angles, okay? Let's look. We said y is 81, right? We just said y is 81. We solved it. So if y is 81, where's our u? It is over there. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So then these two angles, the z plus the 81 from y, will equal 180 degrees. Okay, Chief? Yebo, Chief?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello?
Ma'am, why did you minus 180 with 112, ma'am?
Okay, the previous step is x. Oh, I'm writing with my highlighter. Never mind. Previous step would be x plus 112 equals 180. Do you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because they are co-interior, right? They use facing the other way. There it is there. Yeah? And
Yes,
then
ma'am.
now we want x to be alone. So what are you going to do with this 112? You're going to take it?
Over to the other side.
Do you see how we ended up with 180 minus 112?
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. Did I answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Fabuloso. Okay. It looks like we're doing well. It looks like we're doing well. Okay. Now, as promised, guys, here is the list of reasons that we use in geometry. It's not all of the reasons. We still have to do ones related to quadrilaterals and all of that and all of that. But here you can take a screenshot of your nice summary of reasons. Guys, this is a nice summary of reasons for you. Okay. It makes sense. Beautiful. Beautiful. You guys are welcome. Okay. If you're studying, just keep this list. I know it takes a bit of time to think of every single concept in geometry because you have to. Yes, Pythagoras is one of our reasons. Triangles is right after this. So we need to know Pythagoras, but we've done it before, right? Okay. So these are reasons that you have to keep in mind when you are working with geometry. So I thought I'd have a nice list for you guys that when you're studying or when you're working, just to remind yourself, you can just glance over and see. So let's go through it. Tandole 2, you have a question? Tandole 2.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Oh, there we go. It's here.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask for the triangles, right? They say every angle in it is equal to 180. Why isn't it 360? Because since it's like around.
No, but they're not together, remember? They equal 360 if they all start from one point. But in a triangle, all the angles are at different points. Do you see there's one over there, there's one over there, and there's one over there? Do you see?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
There we go.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, let's go through our reasons. So I nearly muted myself. That would have been interesting. So, okay. So when we did straight lines, these are the reasons we used, okay? If angles are next to each other, that's what adjacent means. Adjacent angles and they are on a straight line. That means there will be supplementary, and this is my reason. What does supplementary mean again? For the 50 millionth time? Add up to 180. So that means angles on a straight line add up to 180. Now, if you use this in a calculation, this is your reason. Angles on straight line. But I know some teachers will scream if you don't say adjacent. Okay, so you have to say adjacent angles on a straight line. Okay, and then if adjacent angles are supplementary, then the outer arms will form a straight line. So this is like an inverse of the first one, okay? And then adjacent angles on a revolution add up to 360. Adjacent means they're next to each other. And if they're in a revolution, meaning they go around, then they will equal 360. Now, these are two reasons you can use. You either say angles around a point or angles in a revolution, okay? And then the one we just used, vertically opposite angles, angles that are across each other from a vertex made by two straight lines. Those angles will be equal. Okay, and then these are the ones we just learned to do with parallel lines. All right, check here. All of my reasons state which parallel lines am I using. AB is parallel to CD, AB is parallel to CD, AB is parallel to CD. Okay, so you must always tell us which parallel lines you're using. Now, I know we haven't done triangles, but you guys have done triangles in previous grades. So these are some of the reasons that I expect you guys to know. First one is the interior angles of triangles are supplementary, which means again, they add up to 180 degrees. Okay, now for this, you can either say this angles sum in triangle or the sum of the angles in a triangle or interior angles of a triangle. I usually use interior angles of triangle, but if your teacher has taught you one of the other two, then that's fine. Okay, and then there's one that says the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the interior angles. Now for that, your reason would be ext angle of triangle. So exterior angle of triangle. And then you get the isosceles triangle. That I know you guys write wrong, incorrectly. Every time I mark a test, my learners give me a heart attack with this one. When you have an isosceles triangle, you use one of these two reasons, okay? You either say angles opposite equal sides or sides opposite equal angles, depending on what you've been given. So if they give you a triangle and they tell you the sides are equal, then you use the reason that says angles opposite equal sides, because you know the sides are equal. But if you're given a triangle and they give you equal angles, then you say sides opposite equal angles. And then last but not least, it is Pythagorean theorem. I know, but it's very difficult. I don't know how many times I've marked papers where people say isosceles triangle, and I'm like, oh, no. Okay. So I hope you guys have taken nice screenshot. I'll give you additional reasons if I need to. Okay. But as promised, yeah. Now we have to use these. Okay. I didn't just give them to you because I expect us to actually use them. Now let's do this and that. And yeah, before our brain break. Just give them 3 marks. Long as I just give them the mark. No. You must say angles opposite equal sides. Or sides opposite equal angles. Anyway. Okay. Palisa wants to do this one with me. Yes, Palisa.
Ma'am, I would like to find D.
D. Okay. How much is D?
94 degrees. The reason is vertically opposite.
There we go. Vert op angles. Wonderful. Okay. Let's see. Emmanuel's hand is up. Emmanuel.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, I'd like to do A.
A. Yeah. Okay. Let's do A.
Ma'am, so 63 degrees plus A equals 180 degrees. Reason being, adjacent angles on a straight line.
Nice.
And we're gonna say A equals 180 minus 63. And then A is equals, 117 degrees, ma'am, sorry.
117, is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. Thank you very much, Manuel. Okay, Narisha. Oh, I love it when you guys talk to me.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
I would like to do B.
B. Okay, let's do B.
So B is B
Mm-hmm.
plus
B plus
94
24.
equals 180 co-interior angles
Yes, Narisha.
if EF is parallel to MN.
I'm so proud.
And then B is equal to 86.
86. Okay, let me just do this so that people don't get confused, okay? Therefore, B is 86. Narisha, I thought I was going to trick you out with that one. Did you know that? I thought I was going to trick. I know a lot of people are going to assume that A, B, and C, D are parallel, but I never said that. Okay, let's hear Peletso. Peletso, you're up next. What do we have left? We've done A, B, and C. We have D left. Okay, never mind. Is it Mikhail? Ooh, you remind me of someone I teach. Your name. Or is it Mikhail? You can unmute, please. Oh, okay, it's fine. JJ.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, JJ.
Can I do C? C is gonna be corresponding angles.
Beautiful. So how much is it going to be?
It's gonna be it's gonna be equal to A, 177, 117. I mean,
117 corresponding angles. And what are our parallel lines? EF and
MN.
there we go. You guys did this so flawlessly. I'm just like having heartburn. You guys did this flawlessly. I can't believe it. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, how are we feeling about parallel lines? Let's get thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's see. Remember, A, B, and C, D are not parallel. They might look parallel, but we put them there to confuse you guys. Tandoletu, do you have a question?
Oh, sorry, man. I forgot to lower my hand.
Oh, okay. No problem. I haven't seen a thumbs down so far. So I'm going to wait. Let me go to the chat and see if there's a thumbs down so we can help you. Lunga says getting there. That is the point. Beautiful. Okay. In the middle. A C and D corresponding? No. AB is not parallel to CD. Remember, we need to look for these guys on the lines. So if those lines are not there, then they're not parallel. You can't get D. We already got D, didn't we? Didn't we start with D? Yes, there it is. Vertically opposite angles. Okay, so remember straight lines. We have, okay, let me use a different color. Straight line over there. They must make an X basically. Straight line over there, straight line over there. Angles that are across from each other. So 94 and D will be equal. Okay. There we go. Okay. Whew. Let's have a brain break, guys. What do you guys think? Let's have a brain break. Yay, we're having a brain break. Lunga, are you ready?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you?
Well, and you?
Good, good.
Okay, let's see your question. Would you rather wake up tomorrow As an adult or as a baby?
As an adult.
Lunga, where are you rushing to? Why are you running?
No, there's so many things you can do as an adult. So like, I feel like as an adult, you can just like, you have so many options.
Yeah, and being poor is one of them.
Yeah.
My God, guys, life is very tough. I'd also go back to being a baby again. But then, guys, you have to go through grade 1 to 8 again to get to where you are. Oh, are you sure? Are you sure? Kagelo, let's hear what Kagelo says. Kagel,
Hey, man.
this is your question. Would you rather live with your parents forever or live with 30 cats?
Ha, ma'am, I'd rather live with ma'am with 30 cats.
You thought about it, Kagelo.
Ma'am, I'll throw them out.
No, you have to live with them.
Ma'am, I'm changing my parents.
Thomas is allergic to cats, so you don't exactly have a choice because 30 of them will kill you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. I like how Khalila just like turned it around. She was about to say her parents. She's like, you know what? Never mind. The cats. Wow. And Danny, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
And Danny, would you rather be terrified of cell phones or terrified of cars?
I'd rather be terrified of cars.
How are you gonna get anywhere?
I can like walk. There's a
You're gonna walk
motorcycle.
to where are you from? And okay, I shouldn't
I
ask that.
can take a I can
You're gonna walk to vacation and then you're gonna walk to school.
I can take an aeroplane, like
How are you gonna get to the airport? You're gonna walk there? Oh my goodness.
I'll use my bike to walk to like go
Oh
there, or a
goodness.
skateboard, something else other than a car.
Wow.
Cause like everywhere I look, obviously everybody's gonna be using their cell phone, so I'll always be scared.
And cars.
But no, with cars, I can like take shortcuts, routes, you feel me, where there's no cars there.
Wow. I can't believe this, guys. You guys love your cell phones that much. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Anyway, guys. Anyway, okay. Siam Tanda's question is what? Would you rather have your mom or your sibling respond to texts on your cell phone? So yeah.
I'd rather have my sibling.
You guys trust your siblings? Oh, I don't
Kinda.
trust the sibling at all. He will ruin my life.
Yeah, if it's something very very embarrassing and your mom finds out, might be a
Tia,
problem.
Tia, do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have a brother.
Even a brother, Wes. Is he nice?
Sometimes.
Exactly. So just think, yeah, when he has that power in his hands.
He doesn't. I don't see it actually even use the power. So
I mean, I personally, if I was your sibling, I would use the power. I'm just taking you. I'm just telling you. I mean, I personally, if I was just, I would never give my sibling my cell phone. Hell will freeze over before I give my brother my cell phone. Wow, no, guys, I'd rather give my mom. She'll be fine. Whatever she sees there, she'll be fine. Nope. Guys, siblings are evil. Double it and give it to the next person. I can't. Okay, let me stretch. Let's stretch, guys. Hey, are you guys ready? Team, 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 team. Team, 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 team. Okay, now. Yes, Oratile? Oh, I think you meant to say ma'am, but you know, autocorrect does the things. Oh, Sinesisha's like, I'm ready. Team, 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 team. Okay, let's end our chat. Thank you very much. To who's that? It's you're definitely not my mom. I promise you. Juanita, welcome, Juanita. I hope you're having fun. Now let's get back to the maths, guys. Chat must go back to the maths. Oh, I don't know what's going on in the chat. Okay, there we go. If I don't do this, we're not gonna concentrate. I will unmute you guys when we are ready. Let's hear what Sihle has to say. Yes, Sihle.
So, ma'am, we'll firstly start to say x is equal to 45 degrees, ma'am.
What's my reason?
That will be alternating angles, ma'am. AB is parallel to CD.
Okay, alt angles. You said what? AB is parallel to CD. Okay.
And
And then
then it will be 2y, ma'am, is equal to 2y minus 80.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure, ma'am.
Okay, what was your reason? Let's check. What was your reason?
Because for the first answer, ma'am, x1 was 45 degrees, ma'am, because it was alternating angles, ma'am.
Yeah, but for this one?
Oh, ma'am, it's not alternating, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Because I think it was also corresponding.
Yeah,
It's
but
not.
corresponding means they have to be on different sides, right? Like there
Yes,
and there.
Yes, ma'am.
But okay, let's see if someone else can get it. Nope, nobody's hand is up. Okay. Is it Mikhail?
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask, can you use Pythagoras to find Q2R?
You use Pythag? No, because we don't know if they're perpendicular.
Okay.
Good question.
Sorry, ma'am. Should it not be 2y plus 2y minus 80 equals 180 co-interior angles?
Yes, it will. Co-interior angles. And it's still AB parallel to CD. Nice. Now let's solve it.
And then, ma'am, it will be 2y, ma'am, plus 2y equals 4y.
Yes.
So 4y equals 180 plus 80.
There we go.
And that's equal to 260.
4y is 260.
And then y is equal to 65 degrees, ma'am.
Okay, because we're going to divide by 4. Therefore, y is 65. Nice.
Yes.
Sinis. I feel like you spent 2 minutes. You spent some time with the question and then it unraveled.
Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Okay, I'm taking questions. Where did I get 45 for x? Okay, let's check alternate angles. Okay, remember alternate angles is the z. So there. Okay, there's the z. So the angles that are here and there will be equal. Those are alternate angles. Oh, those are the only ones, guys. We only had x and y. We only had x and y. Why isn't it 180 minus 80? Because it was minus 80 on this side. So if you're going to take 80 over to the other side, it changes symbols. So if it was minus, it's going to be a plus. Okay. If it was minus, it's going to be a plus. You're welcome. Let me see if there's other questions. No. Ooh. Udaya? Hello?
Hi. Okay, so I kind of got lost with this one because it looked very complicated. Because it looks very complicated. Okay, so if you get this like in a paper and they just will they tell you what to solve, or will they just like you just solve? Because like, that looks
They
complicated.
will tell you what to solve, but you dare. Yeah? There's a rule that we use. Yeah?
Okay.
I
Yeah.
always say capital letters are for the names of lines. So look here. P, A, Q, R. Those are all the names of the lines, right?
Yes.
But look at the angles. We use small letters. Do you see that? Look at this Y
Yes. Okay.
and this X. So if all
Okay.
else fails, but they say solve for the unknown angles, you know you're looking for the small letters. Capital letters are only to tell you which line it is. So then this is going to be line PQRT. Do you see?
Okay, so like for example, to give you in a paper, like find the angle for the line PQRT, then you would know.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. That was a good question. Remember this, guys. Maths teachers always use small letters for the angles, capital letters for the lines. Remember this. How did I get 4y? Avril, we added the like terms. So look, we had 2y plus 2y. That's where we got the 4y. Okay. So the first 2y was from here, up there, there, and the second 2y was from this angle. Okay. Let's see. Tandra.
Ma'am, is S and Q equal to each other?
S and Q are not angles. If they
Like,
were,
ma'am,
yes.
if they were, would they be equal?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Well spotted. If they were, then yes, they would be equal. Okay. I think we can do one more. Meh. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one more. Abu, please. I get confused with the reasoning, says Juanita. Okay, Juanita, let's use this one, okay? And we'll follow the reasonings. So first we need to identify what are we solving. Remember I said capital letters are not angles, only small letters are angles. So let's see. We have a small letter there, small letter there, small letter there, small letter there, and over there. That's what we're solving. Okay, so we have A, B, C, and D. This doesn't look hard. This doesn't look hard. Okay, it's not hard at all. Now, Manuel. I haven't heard Manuel's voice in a while. Manuel?
Hey, ma'am.
Hello.
Okay, ma'am. So 3a plus 30 degrees equals 60 plus 6a minus 60 degrees.
Thank you very much.
No, sorry. Let me just repeat that again. Okay, so 3a plus 30 degrees equals 6a minus 60 degrees because of corresponding angles.
There we go. Corresponding angles. Which lines are parallel?
Ma'am, AB and CD.
The ones you're using. Remember, CD is all the way here. We're using these two. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, ma'am, so AB and AB, EF, I think.
Here we go.
EF.
EF is parallel to.
GH, ma'am.
There we go, Emmanuel. Now let's solve for A.
Okay, ma'am. So we're gonna move 3A over to the right side and move negative 60 over to the left side. So it's gonna be 60 plus 30 degrees equals 6A minus 3A.
Okay, yes. And then?
So 60 plus 30 is equals to 90. And 6A minus 3A is equals to 3A. And then from there, we divide by 3 on both sides. And therefore, A is equals to 30 degrees.
Beautiful, Emmanuel. Brillianto.
Thank you.
Okay. Mikhail said, can you also do it the negative way? Yes. Because you're going to end up with a negative divided by a negative. And when you divide two negatives, you're going to get positive. Okay. Let's see. Sinesihle.
So ma'am, H ma'am is equals to 30 degrees, ma'am.
Which one?
H ma'am. Is that B, ma'am? The
Oh,
one
B,
yes, ma'am.
yes, it's a B. B is equal to?
So ma'am, so it's 30, ma'am, multiplied by 6 equals 180. So a B, ma'am, is equal to 120, ma'am.
Minus 60, which is 120. What's my reason?
Vertical opposite angles, ma'am.
Beautiful, Sinesihle.
And then ma'am, for I think it's E2, ma'am.
Which one?
Ma'am,
C.
Yes, ma'am, C, ma'am. So that will be C equals 180 minus 120.
Reason?
Co-interior angles, ma'am.
Co-interior
AB parallel
angles.
to CD.
AB parallel to CD. Therefore, C is?
60, ma'am.
There we go. Let's give someone else a chance to do D. Let's see. Fatima.
I'm not doing, I'm asking a question.
No problem.
It's about B. Why did
B.
you guys put 6 and 60?
Because, Fatima, can you see that B is vertically opposite to this one?
Yes, I understand that why.
Yes, but you just solved for A, didn't you? You said A is?
Oh, it's 30.
So we use the A that we just found and we substitute. So then you're going to say 6 times 30, you're going to get 180 minus 60. That's where we got 120.
Okay.
You feel
Thank
better?
you, ma'am.
You're
Yes, ma'am.
welcome. Okay, Oratile.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, D is equal to 60 degrees.
Okay, reason?
Alternating angles.
There we go. Which parallel lines did you use?
EF and GH.
EF is parallel to GH. Did we get everything? Wow, you guys are busy saying, hey, this is difficult. Hey. See you guys. I see you guys. Okay, there's still a hand. JJ?
Oh, sorry, ma'am. I forgot to put my hand down.
Okay, no problem. Carlo?
Ma'am, how did you get a D equals 60?
Alternate angles. So look here. You see where D is, right?
Yeah.
Whoop, and C. The Z. Do you see the Z or the
Yes,
N?
ma'am.
There. So we
Ma'am.
knew that C was 60. These angles are equal. So that guy over there will be equal to that guy over there.
Okay. Thanks, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, is that everyone? Huh? Okay, let's do the poll, guys. Let's do the poll. This was a beautiful lesson. I love it. I'm so pumped up. I'm just like, okay, I will be doing screenshots now. If you want me to screenshot something, then maybe I should just start at the top. We can just do screenshots. Okay, let's start here with the definition of co-interior angles and our first sum. Yeah, Fatima, we did the leaderboard. I'll show you just now. Okay. Let me just give a few seconds to people who might want to screenshot this one. Okay. There we go. Manual, you better ace it. Kind of fast. Okay, Juanita, I'm sorry. I hope I'll do better again next time. Okay. Okay, that was the leaderboard, Fatima. See, you are there. Okay, here's the other one with half the reasons. Good night, guys. I'll see you guys. Bye, guys. I was like, good morning. Abu is not going to leave the lesson. That's why Abu said good morning. I was going to be like, we're still here. And then we did these ones. Okay, let me zoom out so we can see most of them. There we go. Tokozi is like, we live here. Danae?
Unmute.
Oh, okay. Loetu.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Loetu.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, for the last sum that we did for C, how did we get 60?
Co-interior angles. So we solved for B and we said it was 120, right?
Yes.
So B and C add up to 180. So you're gonna say 120.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah. And then we took the
I was
120 over.
okay. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.